balance, that ever elusive word of trying to find our work-life balance, trying to find the balance between working and sitting in the backyard meditating, finding the balance between the seen and the unseen world. I think this is a thing that is misconceived so much in this healing and coaching business, because we're all striving for this place where it's like equilibrium. But what happens in the divine timing cycle is this. There is a time for pause. There's a time for meditation. There's a time for woo. There is a time for imagination and visualization and dreaming. And there's a time for massive action. And in that, the balance isn't there. You need polarization. You need some direction this way and some direction that way, but it doesn't all sit in the same container. Complacency is something that I see as a pandemic in this industry of I'd rather sit on the patio and watch butterflies and meditate and wait for the universe to hand my dream to me on a silver platter, but I'm too afraid to go take action. I don't want to learn new skills. It's out of alignment. It doesn't feel good. And I get it. Sometimes there are things that are out of alignment, but I want you to check in with yourself. Are you sure it's not fear? Are you sure you're not doubting yourself? Because the thing is, when you give in to resistance, you give up on your dream. Your dream deserves to be fulfilled, whatever it is, whatever your version of that is, but you deserve it. And there's a few key things that you need to be aware of in order to get there and bust through that resistance, bust through those limiting beliefs, and find the balance, quote unquote, balance, the harmonization that brings your dream to life, because you are co-creating your dream. You must be an active participant. You can't just sit back and wait for it to happen. You must take action. And so finding that balance looks a little different than finding work-life balance, than balancing out your hours every day. There's going to be times where you sit on your patio all day long. And there's going to be times when you sit in front of your computer and do work all day long. And both are okay. I talk about all of this and more in this episode. I'll see you inside. You need to be absolutely fearless when it comes to the pursuit of your dream, of your version of extraordinary. If you can't find the fire and the passion for what it is that you're doing, you might be chasing after someone else's dream. And here's the thing, when it comes to marketing, standing out from the crowd, putting yourself out there, in order to break through the resistance, stop procrastinating, take action even when you're afraid, you must have that fire that burns deep within your soul, that drives through all of that fear and all of that resistance. And if you can't find that, it's going to be very difficult. And so thinking from your future self, thinking about what do you see when, or feel or experience when you think about your tomorrow? What is it that you want to experience? And it needs to light your soul on fire. If you can't get lit up and excited about it, you will never break through the walls of resistance. The number one thing that helps you break through resistance is that desire. The more you feel that desire, that deep burning why, that desire in your soul that just says, I must go do this, I must experience this, resistance doesn't stand a chance. But if you find yourself procrastinating, in fear, in resistance, stopping yourself from doing things, saying things like, oh, I've got a block here, I've got this happening, I can't. If you hear that language, then you haven't yet found the fire, the deep burning why. When it comes to standing out from the crowd, running an online business, it's noisy out there, right? There's so much noise. So how do you get seen? You get seen by sharing your passion. People aren't buying your modality. People aren't buying your offer. They are buying your passion. They are investing in experiencing your energy. And so your energy must be there. Show them your passion, show them your fire. It's not about getting the words right. It's not about making sure that you've got fancy marketing language. That can be part of it. But what's most important is your passion, because people can smell it from a mile away. If you don't have that fire beneath you, if you don't have that passion and excitement for what you're doing, if you're not in love with what you're doing, people will know and they will run from you. They won't buy from you. They won't engage in your posts. They won't talk to you online. You must be passionate. Why are you doing what you're doing? What lights you up about it? What gets you excited? Go from there and watch everything change, because that is what will make you stand out from the crowd. There isn't a single human on the planet that doesn't experience doubt, fear, insecurity when it comes to building their version of extraordinary. It is a human condition. We all experience fear. And all of the extraordinary lives on the other side of that fear. And so when you feel those doubts coming into your mind, when you start questioning whether or not you're able to do something, all you need to do is come back to that desire for what you want. Remember why you're doing it and light that fire beneath you. And that will help you to release all of your doubts and all of your fears. Your fear will be there until you take enough action to get comfortable in the unknown. And unfortunately, or fortunately, taking action in the unknown is scary. And so I hear this all the time in the coaching industry and the healing industry of, oh, well, I need to do a little bit more healing around that. I've got a block here that it's not letting me take action. I can't move forward until well, do it now. What are you waiting for? Your extraordinary is on the other side of that. And yes, there may be some healing that needs to be done, but more often than not, it's likely that you are just afraid and that nothing is holding you back but your little monkey mind. And believe me, I've got one too. But that little monkey mind is trying to keep you safe. That's its job. And so all you need to do is give it a little pat and say, thank you for trying to keep me safe. And my extraordinary is over there. And I want it more than I want you to be right. I want that desire, that dream, that extraordinary so much that I am willing to learn new skills. I am willing to exhale my doubt and inhale love. I am willing to spread my wings and fly. I am willing to rise up from these old stories like a phoenix out of the fire. I am ready and I am willing. I am willing to release the doubts, to cut those cords so that I can fly free and experience my version of extraordinary. Your success and your freedom on your terms, whatever it looks like for you, lives on the other side of that fear, of those doubts. You don't need to heal more. All you need to do is amp up the fire of your dream. Remember why. Why does it matter? Light that fire and you will experience your extraordinary, because you won't be able to help yourself. You will want to take action. You will want to move forward. You will be excited about learning new skills. You'll be excited about exploring the unknown. It's your time to fly. And the thing that happens when we are building something that we've never done before, when we've got a dream that we want to experience that we've never experienced before, say it's sustainable revenue in your business, maybe it's a new relationship, whatever it might be, what happens is we start to overthink things. We think we need to somehow project manage it, figure it all out, reverse engineer, figure out all the step by step, make a to-do list of 52 million things to do, and then get to work. And then pretty soon you get partway through that to-do list and you've lost all your passion and you're like, I don't want to do this. It's too hard, because you're operating off of willpower instead of personal power. and you are using your brain, your ego, instead of all of the magic that's available to you through your passion, through your heart, through your energy, through your soul. Overthinking will spoil the magic. You're not meant to have all the answers. You're not meant to know all the hows of how you're going to get there. Because if you already knew that, you'd already have what you want. You are meant to learn new skills, to try new things, to experience things from this perspective of the absolute fool, of I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm willing to go find out. So often I see people holding themselves back because they're afraid, because there's doubt, because I don't know if I can do this. I've got a block, I've got a limit. I don't think I can. Stop thinking, feel it, and go do it. It's that simple. When you learned how to walk, you didn't think about walking. You just wanted to walk, and you got up and you started walking. And you learn to, I always laugh when I use this analogy because my nephew never learned to ride a bicycle, but many of you have learned to ride a bicycle. And as you learned to ride a bicycle, you didn't think about it. You had a caregiver or someone helping you. And at some point, you just decided to trust as that person let go of the back of the seat and you were riding the bike by yourself. And yes, you probably fell down and skinned your elbows and had a little cry, and then you did it again. That's how we learn new skills. It's no different, but we are so afraid that the world will judge us, that people will reject us, that people won't like what we're doing. We are so busy people pleasing that we shut down our dreams. Because what if somebody doesn't like it? Well, what if you get to experience extraordinary? What if you get to fly? You don't need to know all the hows. That's not your job. Your job is to revel in and embrace the unknown because you're not supposed to have it all figured out. It is time for you to leap into your destiny, to take action, to learn new skills, to hire coaches that can help you with the marketing and how to share your message and what strategies to use, instead of piecemealing all these tactics together and hoping for the best and throwing spaghetti at the wall. It is time for you to build your dream. And in doing that, you might need to learn some new skills. And that's okay. Be adventurous, be brave, be courageous. The world needs you now.